Hi, everyone. My name is Blake. I'm the co-founder of Ecodrive, a sustainability platform for businesses. Right now, people care more than ever about the environmental impact of the businesses they support, which is forcing every company to invest in sustainability. But along that transition, businesses are struggling because it's a complicated topic, it's expensive, and it doesn't necessarily implement into their existing model. Ecodrive solves those problems. Our platform allows businesses a simple way to integrate tree planting into their existing operations. The way that we do that is we find the highest integrity tree planting and reforestation projects, and we tie that to transactions across all different business and industries. The reason we focus on tree planting is because it's easy not only for the businesses to understand, but also the end consumer. To get an idea of how it works, we'll use one of our brands as an example. This is Cass. She has a direct consumer juice company, and within minutes, she can integrate, in this case, her online store, a Shopify, and start planting trees for customer actions like online orders. With that, she gets access to our impact portal, where she has everything she needs to showcase the actual impact that's happening, but also a marketing toolkit to leverage it across her business, helping with customer acquisition and on-site conversion rate. Everything is tied to API and transactions. So once transactions happen, our API lets us know we need to plant the trees. Now, what makes us different is we verify every tree gets planted. What that means is planters on the ground have technology where they're recording things like latitude and longitude, timestamps, and imagery of the actual trees as they're planted, all of which is uploaded to a blockchain. So we can verify trees get into the ground, but also monitor their survival rate, all of which is tied to a unique customer data point. That allows brands to do things like post-purchase emails to that customer saying, hey, your tree has been planted and is in the ground, bringing them back to the brand, helping with lifetime value and retention. Also giving that customer a unique tree ID that they can register with Ecodrive. We work with over 300 brands across all different product categories and have an extremely high retention rate. The business model is simple and dynamic for any type of business at any scale. Starts at 45 cents per tree and $25 per month for that impact portal. We also have a free Shopify app on over 200 stores, which allows the end customer to opt in and cover the cost of the tree. We've grown over 100% year over year and been bootstrapped to this point. We launched our portal mid last year and expect to do over $1 million in revenue this year, really driven by the expansion of existing clients, but also the acquisition of new. In terms of competition, what really sets us apart is the fact that we tie into that customer journey and offer these businesses value for the sustainability initiative. Most times, sustainability is looked at as a cost center, whereas we are looked at as a growth center. You can see there on the left, that's a donation receipt. That's really all you get from the nonprofit partners. It's a huge lack of transparency. They're well-intentioned, but not set up to service businesses. We verify on top of that. Carbon credits are typically really expensive and oftentimes have a higher risk in terms of credibility. Our roadmap to 100 million, we expect to get 30,000 brands by 2027. We really plan on doing it by expanding integration different projects. That's how we acquire brands, both SMB and enterprise levels. We'll eventually expand to a carbon marketplace once that gets sorted out. We have more confidence in the credibility. Our team has experience across e-commerce, digital marketing, and of course, sustainability, as well as scaling and building development teams. We are Ecodrive, and we're working on building the standard and scaling sustainability for businesses. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Blake. Okay, Vinny, you're up next, please. Question for Blake.
I want to hear a little bit more about the vision. Is it doing the same thing? Your vision for like wild success for you?
Great, thank you. Nadia, how about you? Question for Blake.
Yeah, I want to hear more about any work that you are doing or will consider to do in the European Union and any clients you may have there.
Thanks so much. Scott?
I think I understand the revenue model. I don't understand what you actually spend money on besides people and software. Are there any underlying costs? And to me, this gets down to what are the unit economics of a business like this?
All right, terrific. Let's take those, Blake. You have 2 minutes, please.
Awesome. So I'll start, Minnie, with yours around vision and wild success. So really what we're trying to do is increase the adoption rate of sustainability practices across all businesses. We're starting with SMB, but expanding to enterprise. Our goal, and we can have a really successful, high-value business by planting hundreds of millions of trees a year. We do want to expand into other industries as well. So right now we're starting with verified nature-based solutions, specifically trees. That's very much our Trojan horse to expand into other things and allow businesses to essentially tie impact to their business. We want to grow with businesses and in turn grow the impact. So by getting to 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 brands, we have businesses doing something good for the world while also increasing and tying into their business and telling their customers that story, which is something we truthfully believe in is the business for good model. Nadia, in terms of the EU, so we abide by like UN and those practices around ICOF and all those type of things. Our biggest footprint is really in the US, which is interesting. We work with brands at all stages. We're a great first step, middle step, and last step. A lot of US-based companies are looking to get into sustainability. Our European clients, which we do have, our biggest footprint is US, but European clients tend to be more bought in on sustainability. And typically they've already done a lot of things that are right, and they're making extremely positive efforts in that direction. And we're this last customer touch point. A lot of brands and businesses in the EU, maybe even US, are already carbon neutral. That's more of an umbrella. We, again, tie to customer-centric approach and tell the customer, hey, something good is happening in the world because you're doing business with this brand, which is resonates no matter what country you're in. We also plant internationally. So we have projects all over the world. Most of what we do is mangrove trees because of their impact on the environment, but we do have capacity to plant everywhere. Scott, that funnels into yours to where the unit economics scale to where we typically live at between a 52 to 67% gross margin. What that is, it's the tree, the labor, and then the verification cost. So that's where it's very scalable. Different projects have different margins, but we do try and stick there. And our goal is to level that out within the next 2 years over 70%. I believe I got to all the questions, and that's my time. Thank you, everyone.